TitleMatchNetwork.com.
In the summer of 1990, Shane Douglas comes into the company, and he worked a underneath role in WWF, including a dark match at SummerSlam 90 against you before departing the company. Memories of wrestling Shane, and why do you think he never clicked with the WWF during either of his runs?
I don't have too many memories of Shane. I was just talking to him like a week ago, and he's I don't know. He's still got that ECW thing in him, like because we were doing a convention. And then this guy comes in the ring and he goes, ECW is dead. You know, like you have a wrestling match there. He stands up like real proud. I said, what are you going to do? You going to run in the ring? You know what I mean?
Right.
Something about ECW guys that I respect.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It's. You ever watch that movie Vision Quest?
Yes.
To me, tomorrow is a Vision Quest. I'm gonna tweet that out. I'm gonna put Wrestling Tomorrow on House of Hardcore is my Vision Quest because I've never been in that order. That's the one place I've never wrestled.
That's crazy.
That's why I gotta make an impact. I want to make it. I'm gonna make an impact.
You'll definitely make an impact tomorrow. Definitely.
I got to.
Memories of going to Japan, working for Tenryu, SWS.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. I worked in Japan like 4 times. Always been at SWS. I worked with Tenryu. Had a great match with Tenryu. Got to work with the top guy there, Tenryu.
Yeah.
And they're popping. They're going crazy. This and that. Tenryu comes all the way to New York. Tenryu comes to New York. They say, oh. Brawler worked with Tenryu in Japan, so they know each other, this and that. Tenryu, he's broken English and all this shit. Same as Japan, same. Yes.
Less stiff.
But boring, because he wasn't, in Japan, they were tearing the house down.
Right.
In New York, boring.
Fans aren't.
They didn't know him.
Yeah.
They didn't know him.
You also got to team up with Rick Martel in Japan. Memories teaming with Rick.
Oh my God. Yeah. Me and Rick Martel against Haku and his partner. And I love Haku. He's a great guy, one of the toughest guys ever in the business. He goes to me, walk up to me, give me 2 stiff chops right in the chest. He goes, I give you 1 chop, you take a bump. Sounds easy. I give him 2 chops, pop him really good in his chest. 1, 2. And he used to do that thing with his hands where he used to go like this and he like
yeah.
And then he did this, he goes for a chop right to my temple and knocks me out. Knocked out cold. And Rick Martel's on the apron. He sees I'm knocked out. But when you're knocked out, it feels like 2 hours pass, but like 2 seconds pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memories of feuding with Big Bully Busick over who the true bully was in WWF.
I don't know. It made me look pretty good, man. I wound up chasing him all the way back to the dressing room, and he wound up leaving.
You sort of turned babyface at the end of the run. Was that a planned thing to test you and see how you would work in at that role, or
no? They just did things. They didn't. I don't think they had plans.
Memories of Ric Flair coming into the company.
Ric Flair was always a classy guy. You know, Ric Flair would always be the one that would come in a bar and say, everything's on me. You know what I mean? Flair's just he's a great guy. You should have seen him the other day in Charlotte. I was in a convention. He walks into the convention. It was like the president of the United States is walking into the convention, and he's strutting in.
Right.
But this guy could have made like $5,000 in pitches like in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It's unreal.
Memories of the launch of Monday Night Raw, and how did that change the company?
Oh my God, the launch of Monday Night Raw, was that in the Manhattan Center?
Yeah, Manhattan Center.
I think I wrestled in the first Monday Night Raw. I think I was very nervous about it because it was live and everybody was worried. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have wrestled Tatanka on that. I'm pretty sure. It was exciting, but yet nerve-wracking, thinking like, we're not used to this. If we screw something up, you always have to edit it out.
Right, this is live now.
No more editing.
A lot of pressure on you?
Yeah, pressure not to make a mistake.
All right. Where did the MVP character come from? Was that something, obviously you said you pitched it.
Damien Demento, remember him?
Yes.
Damien Demento was a pretty good artist. And I remember that movie, The Warrior?
Yep.
Warriors. And they had the baseball players. And I always had this in my head. And I said, Damien, I gave him a napkin. I said, draw me a picture of a face with a baseball thing on it. That's all it was on a napkin. And he did it really good too. He did it real. So I go in, I knock on Vince's door. I go in there, I say, Vince, look at this. And he looks at it, he goes, his glasses come to the nose, he's looking and he goes, and I know the magic words. It's never been done before. When you tell him that, he's fucking, his thing starts bubbling.
Right.
Never been done. Well, goddamn, we're gonna do it. But he did it. We shot vignettes. We did everything. And then one day he says to me, I don't think we're going to go with it. Too much face paint. We got Doink, we got Goldust, we got you. I said, well, get rid of Doink. You know what I mean? Just jokingly. I was always jokey like that with him.
Right. Going back to that, did you have a lot of freedom with that character?
I loved it because I could do like sign language, and I could do a baseball punch, and I could do like a double axe handle. It was fun.
Right.
I don't know if it was not too over the top.
Why was the character name changed to Abe Knuckleball?
Because Vince says that we could be sued by the baseball commission, but then I seen MVP come in.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Come on. I said, Vince, why can't we call him MVP? Mervyn Vern Peterson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, we don't want no trouble with the Major League Baseball, you know. So, and there might have been a rib to Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
Was it true the character was put on hold because Matt Bourne was let go as Doink, and I guess they needed somebody to play Doink beyond Steve Keirn? Was that around the same period of time?
Matt, this is exactly what happened with the Doink with me. My phone rings at home, and Vince goes, "Steve, Vince." Oh boy, I know something's gonna happen now.
Right.
You know what I mean? He goes, "I need you to be Doink the Clown." I says, "Okay." He goes, "I need you to fly to Calgary today and wrestle Bret in the main event in Calgary as Doink," because Doink was the top heel right then. I said, "Vince, I have no problem wrestling Bret. I have no problem flying to Calgary. The paint job, I'm not going to be able to do." He goes, "Well, I want you to fly from Detroit to Cleveland." I think that's where Matt was living. His wife will meet you at the airport. She's going to give you the outfit. You fly to Connecticut. We'll have you picked up. We're going to take you to the studio. The girl's going to teach you how to do it. Then we're going to fly you straight to Calgary. And we actually did it.
That's crazy day of travel.
But it was the weirdest thing in the world because, you know, I'm wrestling as a Brooklyn Brawler. Okay, you know, so heat. And then all of a sudden I come out as the clown. And it's like, oh my God, I can feel the power of the
push.
The power of the
character.
push. Yeah.
Favorite memories of playing Doink on the road?
Favorite memory of Doink would probably be wrestling Bret in Calgary.
Bret. In '93, you had a little run in Memphis as Doink. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. I was a little pissed off at that. I was in Europe and I was wrestling as Doink with X-Pac, and I always had great matches with him. I love working with him. He was one of my favorite opponents. And I'm wrestling as Doink, and then they tell me, "You're gonna go straight from Europe. You're gonna go to Memphis." But I'm not stupid. I knew Bam Bam Bigelow had a friend, and I forget his name. Not Ray Apollo. I forget his name, but Bam Bam asked for his friend to be the new Doink.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say Ray Apollo, but
no.
Okay.
No, there's another name. If you said it, I'd know it. But what they did was they kept me out of the way while they debuted the new Doink because Jeff Jarrett and Lawler came while I was still in Memphis. He said, "Hey, we got a new Doink there. You know, really great." You know, they were riding me with it.
Right.
You know? So it was
memories of teaming with Brian Christopher in Memphis and wrestling Jeff Jarrett and Tony Falk.
I loved working with Brian Christopher. He was a talented worker. He had it all. But now I just seen him the other day. He told me he's getting a knee replacement and all this kind of stuff.
Back in '92, '93, he was probably
if Brian had his head together and if he didn't have any demons, he would have been great.
Awesome on the mic. Incredible.
Yeah.